Hello YouTube, Christine here, Skinny Brit to Be, coming to you with my week 92 post RNY gastric bypass and my week 4 of maintenance. For those of you who don't know, I had a RNY on the 18th of January 2011, and since the beginning of my journey I have lost, give or take a pound in either direction, 190 pounds. I was 336 pounds when I started, and I'm now dodging around 146, 147, 145, but up and down, just up and down, etc. So this is my week 4, as I say, of maintenance, etc. So yes, at the moment I seem to be fairly static. I have increased my calories. I don't know whether it was the colder weather or what, but by crikey, I suddenly found I was really hungry, and it had memories of pre-surgery, of that sort of continuous feeling of hunger, etc. And that's something I'm actually going to monitor, because I certainly don't want to feel like that all the time. I mean, I've upped my calories now. I'm now, well, what have I upped them to? I've probably upped them to 1400 a day. My Fitness Pal, which I've been journaling my food, suggests that I should have 1510 calories. And that to maintain, in fact, I should eat all my exercise calories as well. So if I do 200 or 300 calories a day in exercise, I should eat those. Well, I haven't been, but I find it's actually quite easy to up my calories to 1500, and I'm not talking about junk food. I'm talking about protein, meat, eggs, salads, lots of vegetables, lots of fruit. My carbs have gone up. I am aware, I think, that the carbs actually do seem to trigger more hunger. So I'm having to watch that, having to cut back on the fruit a bit, but it's a game you've got to play once you've, unfortunately, once you've got to a goal, you need to sort of negotiate with your body as to what exactly you can eat. But I've been doing a bit of reflecting back on my pre-surgery days, my fat days, etc., and how things have actually changed for me. I'm still not the biggest socialite in town or anything like that. Although my confidence has obviously gone through the roof compared with what it was before, I don't seek out large amounts of social contact, etc. I'm a home bird, quite honestly. But I have found that I quite enjoy now going out through the front door. I don't go out with a feeling of, oh God, I'm going to be judged. I don't know that you physically do it when you're overweight, but I think it's just always in the back of your mind, that everybody is going to judge you on your size, etc. So my head now goes up. I don't care what shop I walk into. I'm more likely to look around and think perhaps I'm the smallest person in the store. I'm talking here clothes stores and, anything that needs to fit. The only place that doesn't seem to have ever shrunk is my feet. My feet haven't shrunk at all. I've still got a size 8 and a wide fitting, and it's always been an 8 and a wide fitting, but which is strange because I've heard so many other people say that they've lost 1 or 2 shoe sizes. So obviously I didn't store an awful lot of fat on my feet. But one of the things I have noticed, and it's made me really reflect on perhaps how I behaved when I was larger, and was I aware of what I was doing, and that is when I'm in stores, etc. I find I'm getting pushed around by large people. predominantly women. And I feel as though I'm being physically pushed out of the way. It's happened to me so many times now that I'm sort of questioning, you know, what's going on. And overweight people have a sort of bad reputation for, you know, for people judge you. You all know that. You're judged by your size, whether you like it or not. People sort of think that because you're overweight, you're dim, you know, you've got no sense whatsoever, you must be overeating, you must gorge yourself all day on fish and chips and fried food and every bit of junk you can lay your hands on. Well, I think, okay, we have on occasion, but basically I think a large number of us, our diets have always been healthy. It's just been a question of too much healthy food. And that's when you have to make the decision, what is healthy food? And do you, when you're overweight, do you realise how much your body sways into people in shops? You see a gap that you want to get through, and has your body actually said to you that that gap's too small for you without barging that lady or gentleman out of the way? Is that what's happening? But it's just strange. It's happened to me so many times now, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a little mouse who sort of, you know, steps aside or purposely puts herself in the way of everybody, but I've definitely been pushed around quite a few times in the recent months, etc. Anyway, it just made me think of was my behaviour when I was larger, was it like that without me even realising it was like that? Is that what leads to preconceptions about overweight people being perhaps rude and overbearing and pushy and etc, etc? But anyway, enough of that. I've had a real big disappointment this week as well. Tomorrow I was supposed to be having my gallbladder out, and I had a phone call from the hospital yesterday. My dear surgeon, who I had a great rapport with, have a great rapport with, has actually injured himself, and he's not doing any surgery for the next few days, few weeks, whatever it is, I'm not sure. They didn't tell me exactly what he'd done, except they did assure me that he hadn't cut his fingers off, which I did inquire about, because they did offer me, they said that the surgeon said that if I wished to go with another surgeon I could, but when I actually asked them about operating days for that, it was just going to be just as long. So anyway, I have a new operating day, and it's not till the 28th of November, so I've now got to grin and bear it, and hope I don't get too many attacks before then, because, yeah, you that have had gallbladder trouble, you will know what I'm talking about. But hey, if it really does strike and is bad, etc., I shall be down A&E. I'm not going to delay next time. But that was a bit disconcerting that was being put off. But hey, at least they gave me a couple of days warning instead of getting me out there at 7:30 tomorrow morning and saying, sorry, you've got to go home. I think that must be even worse, because I've heard of quite a few people that have had that happen to them for various surgeries, etc. But apart from that, have I tried anything new? No, haven't tried anything new. I've still got my bed sores. They did improve fractionally. I made myself up a ring. All I did, in fact, if I can get off of it, Oh, now I've shrunk in the chair. I rolled up a blanket and I've put it in a pair, this is a pair of tights. And I've tied the toes together. And it just gives me the rubber ring to sit on. I'll have to get back on it because it's rather sore today. Oh, that's better. Oh, it hurts. Definitely hurts. So, so life is fun, isn't it? So I'm being battered by people in shops and rubbed sore by my bottom sitting in the chair. So what shall I do next? Hey, I like this new lifestyle. I can now eat virtually what I like. I still haven't found anything that really disagrees with me. But I do eat large quantities. Am I unusual? I can eat almost, I can certainly eat 3/4 of what my husband eats, and I'm comfortable with it. I'm not, you know, sort of stuffed up to here. You know, some of you seem to just still only be able to eat, you know, at most a cupful. And of course, how far am I out? I'm about 21 months out post-surgery. So, has my pouch stretched? Does seem an awful lot of food sometimes that I can eat, etc. Yeah, I'd be interested to see, you know, any of you that are that far out. How much are you actually eating? My meal plates. I don't eat off of a tea plate because invariably I have something that is too long. You know, like a piece of grilled fish or something, and it's too long for the plate, and I'm always having it dripping off the end of it, etc. So I have a small dinner plate, which I don't fill up. But you know, if I spoon my husband 3 spoonfuls, I will very often have 2 spoonfuls of whatever he's had. You know, going round the plate in the vegetables, meat and carbs, etc. So I'm probably 2/3 to 3/4 the size of his meals. And you know, we have a meat and 2 or 3 veg and potatoes. Potatoes is something I do have much less of than him. I only have half as much as him. But is that what the rest of you, 21 months post RNY, are eating? Can you eat that? Do you eat those quantities? Are you satisfied on much smaller quantities? I'd be very interested to hear your views. Because of course that rears the ugly head of, you know, has one's pouch stretched? Does one's pouch actually stretch? Or is it just that you have an elastic pouch anyway? We know from when we were fat. Sorry, I was fat. I wasn't large, I was fat. We know our stomach used to stretch considerably. So there must still be an element of that same elasticity. I know they do tend to use the part of your original stomach that was the least stretchy. But does it stretch and go back? Not a lot of information out there really on that. You know, I do think that sometimes it's sort of scare stories that they issue. You know, if you eat too much, your little pouch will stretch, etc. Yeah, I'm gonna start researching that because I would hate to think that I'm eating too much volume. I know I'm not eating too much calories to keep me going, but volume. Volume concerns me, because volume you can increase with a lot of, which is what I was doing pre-surgery. You know, I had a healthy diet, but I had a lot. And I don't want to go back to that situation. Anyway, I was going, wasn't I? And I've rambled on. So I'm off. But best of luck to you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my new subscribers. I realise I have a few extra ones now. You're very welcome to watch. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Bye.